What if the key to power isn't found in success, but in the ability to feel nothing at all? What if guilt, the silent thief of momentum, and fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind, the emotions you were taught to avoid, are the real chains holding your spirit hostage? And what if an ancient samurai's code could unlock the unstoppable version of yourself hiding beneath hesitation? Imagine the rain-slick streets of feudal Japan where a lone swordsman stands under a blood moon, his blade dripping with the remnants of his latest duel. No crowds cheer him, no glory awaits, just the cold whisper of wind through bamboo and the ghosts of fallen enemies clawing at his mind. But he feels nothing. No regret for the lives taken, no dread of the dawn's next challenge. This is Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated Ronin who carved his legend not just with steel, but with a mindset forged in fire. Carry no guilt, the silent thief of momentum. Carry no fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind. What if I told you this ancient warrior's code could shatter the chains holding you back today? Buckle up, brother, because we're diving deep into the shadows of the soul where true power hides. By the end, you'll crave that same unbreakable edge, feeling the surge of raw potential uncoiling in your veins like a coiled serpent ready to strike. Musashi's legend was built, not bestowed at birth. He clawed his way from a brutal childhood, orphaned young, and thrust into a world where hesitation meant death. When he was just a child, he had already been victorious in a deadly duel. 60 victories later, he retired, undefeated, penning the Book of Five Rings as his brutal testament to strategy and spirit. But beneath the tactics lies this raw truth. Guilt and fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind, are the real assassins. They creep in like poison, paralyzing warriors mid-strike. Let no action be without purpose, Musashi growled in his writings. Waste no energy on what-ifs or should-haves. In a life of constant combat, he learned that carrying guilt, the silent thief of momentum, is like lugging a corpse on your back. It slows you down, makes you vulnerable. Fear, that's the invisible blade that stabs you before the enemy even draws. To truly embody this, you must strip away the illusion society feeds you, the soft lies that keep men weak and compliant. Let's tear into guilt, the silent thief of momentum first. It's that gnawing beast in your gut, replaying failures like a looped nightmare. Remember that time you botched a crucial deal at work? Watching your team's respect evaporate, or the relationship you torpedoed with one stupid decision, leaving you alone in the dark with a bottle. Guilt whispers you're unworthy, chaining you to the past. But Musashi, he slew men in honorable combat and walked away clean. No shrines to the dead, no self-installation. Accept everything just the way it is, he advised. Not some fluffy acceptance. This is aggressive surrender. You strike, you learn, you move, carry guilt, the silent thief of momentum, and you're fighting two battles, one external, one in your head. Drop it, and you're free to conquer. It's about reclaiming your mental fortress, turning inward scars into unyielding strength that no external force can breach. Picture Steve, a guy I knew, or hell may be invented from the fragments of a dozen broken men I've crossed paths with. Steve was a mid-level exec grinding in a soulless corporate cage. Years ago, he cheated on his wife during a booze-filled conference trip. The marriage imploded. She took the kids, the house, his dignity. Guilt became his shadow, turning him into a ghost at work. Afraid to lead, second-guessing every call. Promotions passed him by. One night, staring into the abyss of his empty apartment, Steve stumbled on Musashi's teachings. It hit like a katana to the chest. Steve didn't beg forgiveness. He owned the wreckage. He hit the gym at dawn, rebuilt his body like armor, pitched bold ideas at meetings, risking ridicule. Within a year, he launched his own firm, turning that old guilt, the silent thief of momentum, into fuel. No apologies to ghosts, just forward momentum. That's a red pill. Guilt isn't penance, it's paralysis. Swallow it down and watch your life ignite. Steve's transformation wasn't overnight. It was a gritty grind day by day, forging habits that drowned out the echoes of regret with the roar of progress. But guilt, the silent thief of momentum's twin, fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind, is a sly killer. It doesn't roar, it slithers, planting doubts before the fight begins. Fear of failure, rejection, the unknown is what keeps men small, huddled in comfort zones while the world burns opportunities around them. Musashi faced death daily, but he taught that different paths can take you to the same height. Aggression here isn't blind rage, it's calculated boldness. Fear tells you to dodge the strike. Musashi says, parry and counter. In battle, he moved like water, fluid, unstoppable. Because fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind, rigidifies, makes you predictable. To conquer it, you must embrace the discomfort, turning every tremor into a signal to advance, not retreat. Ever seen The Revenant? Hugh Glass crawls through frozen hell after betrayal and near death. Mauled by a bear, abandoned by his comrades, family long gone. Guilt could have buried him for not protecting them sooner. Fear should have let the wilderness claim him, but watch him. Eyes burning with feral determination. No pause for pity. He stitches his own wounds, eats raw flesh, defies the storm. As long as you can still grab a breath, you fight. The film echoes in its brutal silence, mirroring Musashi's ethos. Glass carries no guilt, the silent thief of momentum for the vengeance he unleashes. It propels him. No fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind of the endless miles. He turns pain into purpose. By the raw, visceral end, he's not just survived. He's reborn. A testament to unyielding will. That's your cue. Fear isn't the enemy, it's the test. Pass it and dopamine floods your veins like victory wine, addicting you to the thrill of pushing limit. Now, I'll tell you another tale to hammer this home. Meet Tomas, a street tough kid from the wrong side of the tracks, dreaming of MMA glory. But fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind, gripped him tighter than any submission hold. Flashback to his first big fight. Crowd roaring, lights blinding. He froze, got TKO'd in round 1, guilt piled on, wasted training, disappointed coach. He quit. Sank into odd jobs and regret. Years later, a battered copy of Musashi's book lands in his lap. The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them. But Thomas reads deeper. Master the mind first. He trains in shadows, visualizing strikes without mercy. No guilt, the silent thief of momentum for past losses. Their lessons etched in scars. No fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind off the cage. It's just another duel. Comeback fight. He charges like a demon. Submits the champ in under 2 minutes. Crowd erupts. Thomas feels that rush. Pure and primal. Red pill drop. The world doesn't owe you anything. Forge your path or get trampled. Tomas did. And now he's the one inspiring the next wave. His story a beacon for those still caged by their own shadows. This philosophy isn't ancient dust. It's a weapon for today's chaos. In a society peddling victimhood like candy, carrying no guilt, the silent thief of momentum or fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind is rebellion. Masculine, hell yes. Aggressive pursuit of self-mastery. No excuses. Think about it. Every empire builder from Alexander to those who dare redefine industries ditched emotional baggage. They understood that true dominance starts in the mind, where you dismantle weaknesses before they dismantle you. But let's get psychological. Dropping guilt, the silent thief of momentum, triggers that sweet dopamine hit because it frees mental bandwidth. No more rumination loops draining your energy. Studies, I've pored over them in my writing cave, show regret activates the brain's pain centers like physical hurt. Cut it loose and you're wired for action. Rewards flowing. Fear is amygdala hijack. Fight or flight gone wrong. Musashi's way reprograms you. Face the void aggressively and it becomes addiction. Each conquered fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind, spikes endorphins, hooking you on growth. Emotional triggers, this taps primal urges. Survival, dominance. You're not just reading, you're awakening the warrior within, feeling that electric pull toward greatness that makes quitting impossible. Of course, it's not easy. Shadows resist the light. Start small. Next time, guilt, the silent thief of momentum, creeps in over a missed gym day. Shrug it off. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Musashi said, fear a tough convo with your boss. Charge in blade drawn. Build that habit and life transforms. No more half measures. Full throttle existence. Expand this to your relationships, your ambitions. Apply it relentlessly and watch barriers crumble under your assault. As the moon sets on our journey, remember Musashi under that crimson sky. Unburdened, unbreakable. Carry no guilt, the silent thief of momentum. Carry no fear, the invisible cage built by your own mind. And you'll carve your own legend. The world's a battlefield. Arm yourself with this code. What's your next duel? Step up, brother. The rush awaits. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.